Actor Dominic West, who plays Prince Charles on Netflix's The Crown, just seemingly shaded Prince Harry's spare. Plus, remember that rumor conspiracy theory that Meghan and Harry were putting out there about a royal vendetta? Well, the Hollywood trades have now picked it up as well. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I'm Andy Signor, your number one source for daily royalty. And today's a juicy one, guys. I got two stories I wanted to stretch out and talk a little bit more about here with you palace goers, my kings, my queens, my princesses. I bring this up because I know we reported on this before, this conspiracy theory that Meghan and Harry believe the royal family is behind the vendetta, blocking their brand deals. But it's important that you know, like, it's now in the Hollywood trades, like Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, Variety. These are like the go-to places for agents, for talent, for anybody that matters in Hollywood. They go to the trades. Now, they're all owned by the same sort of company. Penske owns them all. But to get them sort of putting this out there is interesting. The trades are now trying to run this. This means Meghan's agent absolutely is putting this out there in an attempt to get Hollywood to go, oh, well, wait a second. Yeah, maybe they're only bad because of this royal conspiracy. This is total PR spin on Team Sussex, on WME, Ari Emanuel. And so, yes, during another dramatic week for the British royals, UK media reports that WME has been holding crisis talks. I do love that that's in there. But despite the victory where he won all this money, it was checked with reports of a string of failed projects, brand partnerships that have left the couple complaining. So again, to see the trades confirm all this is great, but then we got to get that Meghan Markle and Harry spin that it's all a vendetta. All these high-profile brands don't want to have anything to do with them now. Insider adds both Harry and Meghan wore Dior, and now we talked about the star from The Crown who plays Kate Middleton now has that deal. But they're saying that all these things are seemingly suspicious timing. I want to see Kinsey talk about this over here. She talked about it on GBN, and then we'll get to Dominic West from The Crown shading spare. But here's Kinsey explaining a little further.
Deadline Hollywood is reporting that Harry and Meghan believe that the royal family is behind the vendetta, blocking their big brand deals, while they primarily source the UK's Daily Express within the article. Deadline is a big, industry publication here, so some of those decision makers are reading this story today. They've been in talks with high-profile brands that didn't lead to anything but should have, a source told the Express. Those brands then actively courted other members of the royal family. One example is Dior. The source said that Harry wore a Dior suit to the coronation and the Sussexes were starting to build a relationship with that fashion house. Then all of a sudden Camilla starts wearing it. Those conversations are shut down for the Sussexes. And to add salt to the open wound, the actress playing Kate Middleton, Meg Bellamy in The Crown, was announced as the new face of the brand, which rumors were circulating that Meghan was becoming the new face of the brand. So that source is stressing it's all very suspicious timing.
And a reconciliation with the king, do you think, in 2024 for Harry, or is that wishful thinking?
Well, wild that these two stories are coming out around the same time, Mark, because that Deadline story saying that Meghan's team doesn't appear to know what to do at this point. The consensus is that they need to repair the damage within the royal family. 24 hours later, Page Six releasing this story that Harry intends to call the king at Christmas, for some sort of reconciliation. He plans to also talk to Meghan and the kids. So the idea that Deadline is reporting brands don't want to work with them. Only way to clear the air is to reconcile with the royal family. Then Prince Harry intends on calling the king to reconcile at Christmas. That's the suspicious timing, Mark Dolan.
Absolutely suspicious timing. She's spot on the money. And so, yeah, at the end, stop. At the end of the day, yeah, this timing's crazy. And the fact that the trades are now putting this out there, one, it's interesting because they can't deny all the failedness. Even the trades, the Hollywood trades where they don't want negative press is coming up, but now they're trying to justify it as, oh, it's because of a conspiracy, so don't believe it. Just give us work, please. But that coming full circle now, showing The Crown. Here's Dominic West, who plays Prince, obviously King Charles now, but was Prince Charles, and that's who it is on The Crown. And they asked him about Prince Harry's spare. And I don't know about you guys, he's trying to be polite, but it sure seems like he's trying to shade it. but he wants to be polite. I want you to watch. What do you think?
I did read Spare, of course. I devoured everything. I still am. I devoured everything I could get my hands on to get some clues as to what's going on inside this character. But Peter didn't. I don't think.
He said he didn't.
Creator
Did
of
he
The
not?
Crown.
Yeah, it
Clearly, they talked about it. Clearly, Peter and Dominic were talking because he knew that.
wasn't what Harry wrote wasn't incorporated in any of his scripts. So
They didn't take it seriously.
um,
Even The Crown didn't take it seriously.
it might have influenced the way I played it, but it certainly didn't influence the way it was written, and therefore, ultimately, the way I played it is what's written.
And what did you think of it? And what did you think of the Charles that
He tried to get out of answering that, but I love the interview. He's like, so tell us more. What did you actually think of it?
is there on the pages of Spare?
Well, it was interesting.
It was interesting.
I suppose I took it with a pinch of salt, I'm not.
I took it with a pinch of salt, meaning he didn't buy it all. He's shading it, but then he's hearing himself and he corrects it.
Playing the real Charles. I'm playing Peter Morgan's Charles, so while it was interesting for me as someone who's been studying and scrutinizing this guy for 2 years, it wasn't really what we were. It wasn't my job to bring that into it.
What do you think? I feel a little bit of shade in that. Personally, it does seem like he's trying to be polite about it, but clearly throwing that pinch of salt over at Harry's way, which so many have. This is the problem, right? This is what I wanted to rant a bit to sort of show. This is all bad look. Now, I know The Crown isn't loved by all, but The Crown's a very popular Netflix series. It's sort of how it's seen here in America, and that is going to only help or hinder. You'd think he'd be more Team Harry if he's sort of trying to bash the Crown, the royals in a way through The Crown, but no, he's not. He's throwing Harry on the bus and not taking it seriously, finding it interesting. These are things that I think is just telling because this is the trades, Hollywood, everybody, they are turning. I don't believe there's a vendetta blocking them. I believe there's just a hatred, dislike of them where they're fed up and nobody cares anymore. That I think is absolutely true. But this idea, this delusional idea that there's still this vendetta blocking these things, I can't subscribe to that. I do believe the royals are going to ignore them, don't engage. They're not going to acknowledge. But I don't believe for a second the royals called up Dior and was like, yo, get the girl who were cast as Catherine instead of Meg. No, Dior's making that decision. And Dior's making that decision because Harry and Meghan have showed a lack of dignity. Their brand awareness is in the garbage. Nobody even knows what they do anymore. Their charitable efforts have proven to be just, what are they? This brand is a mess. Team Sussex as a brand is a mess. They got to stop blaming conspiracies on that and just acknowledge the truth. But what do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts. Make sure if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that like button too, and let me know in the comments down below. We'll be live talking royals and some other pop culture news today at 3 p.m. over on Popcorn Planet. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more daily royalty here on Popcorn Palace.